I woke up in a stranger's basement with "I'm sorry" carved into the wall next to me. I opened my eyes to concrete and dim light from a high window. My head throbbed. The words, "I'm sorry," were gouged into the wall next to where I lay, crude letters scraped deep into the paint and plaster beneath. I sat up too fast and my stomach lurched. The basement. But whose basement? I pressed my palms against my temples and tried to remember. There'd been the bar with Justin. Then nothing. Just black. The door at the top of the stairs opened. A woman descended slowly, carrying a glass of water. Melissa. My wife. Relief flooded through me until I saw her face. She wasn't crying or panicked. She looked tired. Resigned. I asked what happened, how I'd gotten here. Melissa set the water down on the concrete floor, staying near the stairs, and asked if I really didn't remember. I told her I remembered going out with Justin for his birthday, then gestured helplessly at the basement around us, asking if someone had drugged me, if they'd brought me here. Her laugh was bitter. "You drove yourself here, to my sister's house, at 2 a.m. I looked around again, recognizing Olivia's basement now. The storage boxes, the old furniture. I couldn't understand why I would do that. "You were screaming," Melissa said, banging on the door. Olivia called me terrified. "You kept yelling that you needed to talk to me, that you'd made a terrible mistake." I shook my head. None of this made sense. I started to protest that I would never do something like that, but Melissa kept going. She told me I'd shoved past Olivia when she opened the door, demanding to know where Melissa was, that Shane had to physically restrain me while Olivia got Elsa out of the house. Shane, Olivia's husband. Elsa, their 8-year-old daughter. Horror crept through my chest. I insisted I wouldn't scare Elsa, that I loved that kid. "You were drunk," Melissa said flatly. "Completely obliterated. Shane got you down here and you passed out. Olivia wanted to call the police, but I asked her to let me handle it." I stared at the words carved into the wall. The letters were shaky, uneven. I asked who'd written them. Melissa explained that I'd woken up around 4 a.m. crying and apologizing over and over, that I'd found something sharp in the boxes and scratched that message into the wall before passing out again. My hands were scraped. Small cuts across my knuckles and fingertips. I looked at them like they belonged to someone else. "This isn't the first time," Melissa continued. 3 months ago, you don't remember yelling at me in front of Vincent's family at his wedding. 6 months before that, you drove to your parents' house at midnight drunk, insisting you needed to fix things with your dad. He's been dead for 2 years. I started to say I'd been stressed, but she cut me off. "You've been drinking. Every night. I've tried talking to you. Your boss called me last week asking if everything was okay at home. You missed a major presentation." I wanted to argue, but my mind was blank. Had I missed a presentation? I couldn't remember. The days had been blurring together lately. "I took Elsa to my mother's house 2 days ago," Melissa said quietly. "Our daughter. I took her, and I didn't tell you where we went." My throat closed. I asked where she was. Melissa told me Elsa was safe, away from this version of me. Her voice broke slightly, but she steadied herself. I insisted I would never hurt her, but even as I said it, the words felt hollow. "You grabbed my arm last Tuesday, hard enough to bruise. When I asked you to stop drinking for one night, just one night, you grabbed me, and you squeezed, and you said I was trying to control you." I stared at my hands, the same hands that had carved "I'm sorry" into someone else's wall, the same hands that had. I whispered that I didn't remember. "I know." Melissa wiped her eyes. "That's the problem. You never remember, but I do. Elsa does. Last month, she asked me why Daddy was always angry. She's 6 years old." I repeated the number numbly. Had I missed her birthday? When was her birthday? Melissa pulled something from her pocket. Papers. She set them on the bottom step and told me that Olivia was pressing charges for breaking into her house, that Shane had documented everything, the screaming, the property damage, scaring their daughter. She paused. "I filed for separation this morning. You can't come home. Not until you get help. Real help." I looked at the gouged wall again. "I'm sorry," in letters I'd carved with my own hands while blackout drunk in my sister-in-law's basement. I'd terrified my niece. I'd hurt my wife. I couldn't remember my daughter's age. Melissa told me the papers had the address for the treatment center, that they had a bed waiting, that it was my choice what happened next. She climbed the stairs without looking back. The door closed. I sat alone with my apology carved into the wall, finally understanding that sorry wasn't enough. It never had been.